Hello everyone, welcome to a review of this, a BMW 330e plug-in hybrid. So this 333 has a 2-litre petrol mated to an electric motor. So although it's 2 litres, the reason why they call it the 330e is because the 2-litre and then the electric motor give a combined 249 horsepower, which is exactly 1 horsepower more than the 330 petrol. Fantastic. And with that power comes the tax benefits, and this is why this came about. So this came out, this is the F30, and the F30 series was around, I think around 4 or 5 years old when the 330e first came out in 2015, and it gives 25 miles range on electric mode. And there's the charger there, the telltale eye sign gives it away. So that's where you charge it up, either at home or a public charger, but really you'll only get about 25 miles. But the main reason for this was the benefit in kind tax spent for company car owners, so that's why this came about. But to be honest with you, she drives very well, as we'll find out. But look at her. Let's start off with the design. So it's the ubiquitous F30 look, so it combines the sporty pretensions with some nice elegant design features that we've come to love with these BMWs. So this is the Sport edition, so it's not the M Sport. So as you can see, the front bumpers aren't as deep dish as you'd find on an M Sport, and these grills are not the original ones. I actually changed them because the silver ones were cracked. The grills on there were cracked, so obviously I can't sell it with cracked grills, and I like these kidney grills, so I put these on. It makes it look a little bit more aggressive. Sorry for those that don't like it, but anyway, that's beside the point. It looks elegant, looks sporty, it's got that nice little aggressive look to it, and the main thing with this one is company car tax. But other than that, it is what it is really. A nice elegant number, some little badges just to remind you that it is the electric plug-in hybrid version of this 3 Series. And as you can see, she's a pretty little thing, sits very well, so nice sporty looking car without looking loutish. And then in the interior, this particular one has the cloth seats. I don't mind the cloth seats, to be fair with you. The main thing is that the seat bolsters go out, so you got nice under thigh support, and these bolsters are nice and supportive. Alas, they're not that wide, unfortunately, so if you're slightly larger in size, they're a little bit uncomfortable. And for whatever reason, despite all the money you spend about, I think, £32,000 on this car, brand new, manually adjusting. But I suppose, you know, when you're buying a second-hand one of these, you'd rather it be manual, one less electric thing to go wrong, because usually that's what goes wrong. It's got the really good responsive ZF gearbox on there. Otherwise, nice elegant dash. Again, little e-drive moniker on the speedo there as you enter the car, just to tell you you've got the e-drive. Otherwise, it is what it is really. Shall we go for a quick little drive? Here we go. Whoa! There we go. Already on 30 miles an hour. Look at that. And over the humps. And because this hasn't got the ultra low profile tyres, it actually feels alright over the humps. Look at that. And how's it like round the corners? Sure-footed. Nice. Look at that. So this 3 Series doesn't disappoint in local driving traffic. It's got, because of this isn't the M Sport version, the suspension is slightly softer. So if you're after the proper BMW experience, you might feel it's a little bit too soft or wallowy for you. But in local traffic, this is absolutely on point. Nice, compliant ride, not too much tyre noise coming through the cabin. we'll soon find out how it's like on the motorway. Okay, so at higher speeds the car is as steady as a rock. When you need the power, whoa, it's there in spades, goes like a pocket rocket. And with the seating position slightly lower, you just feel the speed and you feel at one with the car. The steering is nice and direct. The power steering is a little bit heavier if you're used to Japanese cars, but it's not overly heavy. I think it's the perfect balance where you've got that direct feel to it, so you know exactly where you're pointing the car, that's where the steering goes. It's amazing, so nice and direct, and it feels hunkered down and steady to the ground. Fantastic drive, and the visibility with the nice big mirrors is excellent. And with the tyres being not so low profile and this being just a sports spec pack with the standard suspension, it's just cosseting me down the road, well insulated. I don't feel too many of the bumps. Okay, it's not as comfortable as the Lexus IS or the Mercedes C-Class, but it's more than comfortable enough and makes up for it in spades in terms of its direct driving dynamics and the sporty feel you have, and how steady it is round corners. Like these undulations and little turns, you feel hardly anything, it's so steady. So overall at high speeds, fantastic. So there you have it. She drives as expected, plenty of power, plenty of grunt, loads of sporty pretensions, and hugs you to the ground, and it feels very solid and direct to drive. The only issue is when you compare it to a 330i, you can feel the extra weight of the electric motor, especially when you're going round corners. But really, when you're doing motorway driving, etc., you won't notice a difference. And now, in terms of fuel economy, is excellent. You get 40 miles per gallon, and of course, if you use it for pottering about town, the 25 miles of range on the electric only, and if you can be bothered to recharge it at home, it's fantastic in terms of economy. So it's a no-brainer in that sense. And of course, this being the Sport, it still looks good. Can you see? It looks really good. Just not as sporty as the M Sport, but because of that, the slightly softer suspension and the higher profile tyres mean the ride is so much more forgiving. Unless, of course, you go for adaptive dampers. But on used examples, if those dampers go wrong, adaptive dampers goes wrong, oh my goodness, you probably have to remortgage the house to get them fixed. So I would say this is probably the best to go for. Get the Sports Edition, looks aggressive enough, looks elegant enough, and won't cost you the earth. Now, what's to look out for? These are pretty much very solid cars. The 2-litre petrol engine there is very good. Just got to make sure it's got good maintenance history. That'll make sure there's no timing chain issues. With the plug-in hybrid, these are far too new to work out the longevity of the issues with these. Thus far, it's not been that bad. The only issue is that if things do go wrong, unfortunately, you haven't really got many people to rely upon other than the main dealer network. So if the PHEV or plug-in side of things goes wrong, unfortunately it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. So would I therefore recommend this as a used purchase? For me, being risk averse, I wouldn't. I'd rather go for the Petrol 320i or the 330i or the 320 diesel, to be honest with you, a Euro 6 one that is, so that it meets with all the clean air regulations. But if you're buying new and for company car tax, of course, go for it, knock yourself out. But as a used purchase, I would say, as lovely as this car is, forgo it, because if things go wrong, you want to know that there's plenty of people around that can help you out. So that's why, if you want one of these, go for the 320 or 330 petrol, and that will put a smile on your face for sure. Hope you like and subscribe, everyone. Hope this was useful, and I'll speak to you later. Ta-da!